So how do you do it? How do we do safe but incremental, these sort of small picture uses of AI? A couple points. I am convinced, we don't have to, we can talk more about this later or not, but I am convinced that AI is one of these, what they call a general purpose technology. It's not like a screwdriver. A screwdriver, 99% of the time, what you're doing with a screwdriver is you're trying to put in screws. Electricity is pretty different. There's a lot of different ways you can use it. And when you have a technology like that, the people who are best able to figure out ways to make it useful are the people in that department, in that discipline. So you should not, I think, hire most consultants. You should not ask me to come in and talk to the fundraising department or the legal department or the child services department on the best uses of AI for that department. It actually winds up that what we really need is a generalized support and training, and then people need to actually have the opportunity to dive in and figure things out, figure out the best uses in their own discipline. These AI tools are not great at the typical Google search where you type one thing in, you try to get an answer, but then maybe you walk away if you didn't get the answer that was useful to you. And instead, you really do need to think about it like a kind of a colleague. So this is the best I've got. Really, this one slide is the most I can share in terms of how to actually approach AI with a set of guidelines and perspectives. And to be honest, this 5-point model, it's got a nice acronym. I'm very proud of it. ChatGPT helped me come up with the acronym. It's not that different than a lot of other perfectly reasonable guidelines you can also see online. Be simple. Talk to it in plain English. You don't need to be a prompt engineer, as people were talking about. You just need to try to get in there and explain yourself. And in fact, one of the most wonderful things about these tools is that there's actually no requirement that you even speak a certain kind of English. You don't have to talk like someone with a formal college education. You can speak the way you're comfortable speaking, and so can your colleagues, and get really useful help. Defining a persona, as you saw in a couple of those examples, pretend you are telling the computer, act like you are the chief of staff of XYZ. Again, it trained on the whole internet. If you don't give it guidelines, it will give you an answer from the dead center of the internet. But when you say you are the chief of staff to a New York City dance organization that supports children after school, it's going to give you answers that are already 10 times better. Give it information. To the extent possible, upload whatever you can. You saw me upload the annual report for CJI. There's a lot of stuff up there that is already public, that doesn't bring any concerns around privacy, confidential information, and yet will help the AI tool deliver much better results. Refine, so have that process where you try to give an assignment, and then you go back and forth and try to make it a better assignment, just like we would for most of our colleagues. And be encouraging, have a conversation, go back and forth. Don't walk away if the first time you asked for help, you didn't get what you wanted, ask it to try again. Or from the first time around, ask it to give you 5 versions of what you're looking for and pick the one you like the most.